everyone, it's Melissa here and happy to Bishvat. First of all, Happy New Year. I hope everybody is doing well, and now that we have changed over the calendar into the month of January, we're also in Shvat, and Tu Bishvat, which falls this year on January 16th, is the Jewish birthday of the trees. If you are like me, you're probably looking for new ways to kind of jazz it up or do something slightly different. If you have children like I do, your children might be like, and not really interested in doing the things that you have planned. So I have some really new angles on Tu Bishvat, different ideas from what I've shared in the past. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. And I will link up those old Tu Bishvat videos for you down below and up in the cards so that you can catch up on what you've missed. First of all, we've had a ton of rain here in Los Angeles, like so much rain that like some days I just didn't get dressed. But the rain has been a real blessing, and especially on those first few days of rain, I was sliding into my boots and going out and planting seeds and getting things started in a very traditional, like getting out in the garden way for Tu Bishvat. If you live in a place where you can do that, I do think that there's a lot of value in getting out in your garden and doing any garden tasks. And for us here in LA, I'm planting peas in January. We're planting baby onion seedlings. We're planting lettuces and other leafy greens. And it's a great time to just inexpensively put some seeds in the ground. In terms of what's new, I bring a lot of my own personal life into these videos. And so the flavor of my content really changes as my kids get older. I'm also teaching 2-year-olds now, so the flavor of my content also has come down in age to really focus on what a 2-year-old is capable of or interested in. So if you are not ready to start planting things, if that like dexterity just isn't there for you, one concept that I really wanted to share with you this year for Tu Bishvat when we're talking about trees and growth and what nature gives us is I want to focus on soil. So my first new idea for you is soil, and not just soil, but enriching and improving and mixing your own soil either for container gardening indoors or pots outdoors or even in your garden beds is to use trash or throw away things to make your soil better. I basically have a whole curriculum for my 2-year-olds that focuses on our worm bins.
Yeah!
Move them over.
I did it!
Okay, let's start moving them over. Ready? Do you want to hold them?
Yeah.
Okay, open your hand. Okay, move it over to the food. If you're interested in worms, now is a great time to acquire them and start a worm factory, and I can link resources about that down below. But if you're not interested in worms, I also went and gathered cast-off materials that I'm going to be setting up in a mixing station for my 2-year-olds this month in the lead up to Tu Bishvat. We've done this with pigments and cornstarch before, so they're gonna know what to expect. And we're gonna be mixing potting soil, fireplace ash, and coffee grounds. Where do you get these things? Well, the soil can come from your garden or it can come from the garden center. The coffee grounds came from Starbucks, and Starbucks has a huge giveaway program of coffee grounds. You can go into almost anyone or call up anyone and see do they have leftover coffee grounds to give away. Fireplace ashes, I just sort of let my family know, everyone who has a fireplace, can I come clean your fireplace, or can you clean your fireplace and give me a bag of your ashes? And they were happy to. And I have been looking into what fireplace ashes are good for, and they're really good for root vegetables, things like carrots, where if you're studying the chemistry, or if you're older, or if you have older kids and you want to talk about what nutrients are in these materials, like coffee grounds or compost or fireplace ash is gonna take your acidic soil and make it more basic, and it's gonna promote with things like potassium, I think, root development versus leaf growth. I'm also saving my eggshells. I love making what I call breakfast compost, which is my leftover eggshells and my leftover coffee grounds and just throwing them out in the yard. And crushing eggshells is a really satisfying activity for young children, so you can add eggshells into the mix and let your kids mix their own custom soil, or you can mix your own custom soil. That was a little long.
5 minutes.
It's a lot of soil talk. Okay, let's talk about indoor plantings. So we just had friends over. I got out all my jadeite. I've been like cleaning the garage and moving my dishes around. We ate on these beautiful green dishes. And I thought, I'm going to treat myself to a house plant. And my husband's like, another house plant? And I was like, yes, because this very special Rex begonia was available at my store. I actually bought several of them. I then considered acquiring a humidifier for them because they like a humid environment. But picking up a small houseplant is a wonderful way to bring nature indoors this Tu Bishvat. And don't listen to my husband. Just do it. Just go get one. Or if you're not on the market for spending money in January, see if someone can give you a cutting. I think it's really a healthy, nice thing, and it's something to look after and care about. And if it doesn't make it, it'll be one in a long line of houseplants that didn't make it. The other thing that I've brought inside my house are beautiful citrus and other seasonal fruits. These were giveaways, like incredible lemons that a neighbor was giving away in my Buy Nothing group, which I've talked about. Like, share with your neighbors. If you have something to share on your fruit trees, it's a great time to post that, share that, put a bag of it or a basket out on the road, or just bring them in and enjoy them a little while. And with the oranges, I have some in the other room. My kids are interested in making pomanders, and so I've bulked up on cloves, and you can put cloves in a citrus fruit and leave them out in a bowl for a beautiful room or air freshener that's all natural. Bringing nature inside. Hello. Bringing nature inside is another tip that I know I talk about a lot, but you can do differently this year if you would like. If you are cultivating seedlings, I've been opening a lot of cans lately and kind of marveling at how beautiful these are. These are not a good long-term planting option for any sort of vegetable, but if you are growing vegetable seedlings and you want to do a beautiful display for Tu Bishvat, I have like cans of corn and cans of tomatoes and cans of fruit cocktail. And I love that we can kind of think about, what do we buy that's food, and what can we be growing that's food? And I envision like a little row of these that's like a market garden of the future seedlings that you might have in your garden. That's hard to describe, but when I show it to you, it's going to make sense. Next up, I have a Girl Scout. She's lurking around. There she is. I have a Girl Scout, and what I've really noticed as we approach Tu Bishvat is that there's a lot of 2-for-1 opportunities that I'm doing with my family, with my Girl Scout troop. And I thought I would share those with you because many of you maybe were Girl Scouts or you have a Girl Scout. Marty, I'm thinking about you especially. And so here are the things that I've been recommending to my girls that really would be a great way to celebrate Tu Bishvat. There is a patch program called the Girl Scout Tree Promise, which is a goal to plant 5 million trees. If you are planting trees, you can log them on the girlscouts.org website, and you're eligible to buy this patch for your Girl Scout. My Girl Scout troop has gone to Paramount Ranch recently, which is a part of the State Parks Department in California, and we've been doing tree planting days that are volunteer days with this state parks rangers, and you can go for a few hours with your family and replant trees that are native in areas that burned recently in the fires. So this is a community service project. I think it's really in the spirit of Tikkun Olam and repairing the world. It's very much in the spirit of make the world a better place as a Girl Scout, and it is satisfying that goal that Girl Scouts has set. So I think that's a really fun opportunity that I wanted to share with you. Girl Scouts has 2 badge programs that are in nature. So there's Shapes in Nature, Math in Nature. Those are on my to-do list. For my Girl Scout troops, we've been doing activities for the last couple of years planting our state flower, and we do that in December and January. Ours is the California poppy, and that is hands-on learning that your kids will honestly remember for the rest of their lives when they like really tried hard to raise their state flower and to repopulate a native species. Girl Scouts is interfaith and supportive of people of faith or families who are not believers in God. And there is a PIN program called My Promise, My Faith, where you can study your religion and the Girl Scout law, which has the line about make the world a better place and use resources wisely. So if you are Jewish and you have a Girl Scout celebrating Tu Bishvat, I think that's a really great opportunity to discuss what the Tu Bishvat holiday is about and how it connects to the Girl Scouting values, which I think you don't even need to be a Girl Scout to believe in these values. My last novel way that we are thinking about Tu Bishvat this year is to eat with Tu Bishvat and trees in mind. There is a thing called a Tu Bishvat Seder, and you can definitely research this topic and do a Tu Bishvat Seder if you have the bandwidth to do so. It's where you sample all of the different kinds of fruits and nuts and wines and things that we get from trees. It's a great celebration of trees. But I don't think that you need to go to all of that trouble or repeat that effort if you want to do something else. So a few ideas that I have are to just eat with an appreciation for trees. That can be, I'm not going to go to the cookies right away. I'm going straight to the cookies. I don't know. You could be eating more plant-based foods this month. I think that's a great January goal that aligns with a lot of people's health goals. So if you can get more fruits, vegetables, and nuts into your diet, I think that's a great Tu Bishvat type goal in the spirit of the holiday. There are a lot of entree dishes that are very fruit forward. So you could do something like a chicken marbella that has prunes and olives. My cousin makes a great Moroccan chicken dish that has lemons, onions, and olives. We could be enjoying whole fruits, or you could have your sweet treats. These came from our John's supermarket. If you're here in LA, they're easy to get. These are a walnut cookie. I'll insert footage of the packaging. You can go to the bakery that makes them or go to John's. These are some of my kids' favorite cookies. They're in the shape of a walnut, which I think is just so charming. So it's kind of like a little fool the eye cookie. You could also just pick up something as simple as an apple strudel or a cherry pie that's even in the freezer section. So think about what are those things that come from a tree that really feature the fruits and nuts from trees that you want to put on your Tu Bishvat table. Obviously, everyone is trying to stay healthy and safe and well in this pandemic as it drags on. So I realize that Tu Bishvat may not be your top of mind thing that you're thinking about right now. But then again, as I was ready to film this, I was like, maybe this is a good distraction. Walnut cookies, a nice cup of coffee, talking about the garden. If this is all you do for Tu Bishvat is watch this video, that's fine too. If you're in the mothering stage of your life and you're trying to occupy your children, I hope that these ideas have been helpful for you. If you're not Jewish, thank you for being here anyway. I really appreciate your support, and I do think that every day is Earth Day, and every day, if you're Jewish or not Jewish, we should be taking care of our earth. Thank you for being here. Happy New Year, everyone. As always, just thank you for keeping me company online. It's kind of a lonely time, so I'm thinking of you and I appreciate you. Take care.